Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Wednesday, 18th of September. In this update, the national grid's under strain across the country this morning with an overnight cold snap. Parts of the North Island were battered by heavy winds and rain yesterday, with hail falling and power being cut to homes in the Coromandel Peninsula. In the south, road snowfall warnings are in place for Milford Road until 10 a.m. this morning and Arthurs Pass until 3 this afternoon. Transpower has issued customer advice notices calling for electricity generators to make more power available to the national grid. 2 warnings have been issued. A drop-off in new teachers and over-reliance on teachers arriving from overseas appear to be contributing to an education crisis. New data is being highlighted showing half the number of Kiwis are signing up to become teachers than in 2010, and people graduating as teachers has dropped by more than a third. The Education Hub founder, Dr. Nina Hood, told the Front Page podcast schools are under immense strain to get teachers in.
A principal told me she advertised a job. Normally she would have had at least 6 or 7 potential candidates. This time she had 10 applications and only one of those came from a teacher currently in New Zealand.
An urgent need to promote resilience among Aotearoa's youth. A new paper from Auckland University's think tank Koi2 reveals 21% of 15 to 24-year-olds are experiencing high levels of psychological distress. It highlights suicide as the leading cause of death among youth and notes our suicide rate is one of the highest in the developed world. The police minister says we can expect to see more operations like the one that's taken down the Comancheros motorcycle gang. Millions of dollars worth of illicit drugs have been seized and 137 charges laid, the culmination of a 3-year investigation into the alleged organised crime group. Mark Mitchell says it's just the start.
We've definitely seen a difference in the way that gangs have been policed. We want to give them more powers and more tools because we just want to continue to ratchet this up.
A Frenchman accused of drugging his wife and inviting at least 50 men to rape her has admitted his crimes in court. Dominique Pellicot has appeared in court in the city of Avignon, telling the hearing he admits to the charges in their entirety. Many of the other men deny raping Giselle Pellicot, saying they were manipulated by her then-husband. Sky News correspondent Alice Porter says it's the first time Pellicot has spoken in court.
He cut quite a fragile figure really in court. He was in a wheelchair and was unable to give his testimony last week because of ill health.
Ambitious growth plans have brought a Canterbury dairy processor to its knees. Synlait Milk shareholders are gathering at its Dunsandel site to vote on a proposed $218 million capital raise today. It would allow the company to restore its balance sheet and pay off debt. If voted down, Synlait has warned it will end up in some sort of insolvency process. In sport, to Scotland the Brave, the country's government has come to the rescue of the Commonwealth Games, offering to host a pruned 2026 edition in Glasgow. Former All Black Sonny Bill Williams has called for a relaxation of New Zealand's rugby eligibility rules so players can be selected from abroad. And the Black Caps have gleaned the wisdom of former international cricketer Rangana Herath ahead of the first test against Sri Lanka in Gaul starting this afternoon. The left-arm spinner has taken 102 wickets at the ground. I'm Neva Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.